You can spend months planning your dream van build, but until you actually see how others built theirs, you'll never know what's possible. That's why today we're showing you 3 builds that'll completely change how you think about van life. From luxury comfort to smart DIY setups, these are the top 3 van tours you need to see before you build yours. Let's jump right in. First Van Bubba by Phoebe. First up, say hello to Bubba, the cozy yet luxurious camper van owned by Phoebe. This entire van was built for just $5,000, and somehow she didn't cut a single corner. It's got mini apartment vibes with a full kitchen setup, clever hidden storage, a bright and airy interior, and a clean modern layout that feels way more expensive than it is. So if you love smart design, calm aesthetics, you'll want to check out more from nomads around Australia. All right, let's take a look inside Bubba.
My name is Phoebe and this is my van, Bubba. So it's a Fiat Ducato Maxi long wheelbase.
Right.
So it's like, there's one bigger one than this that has about a metre, but more on the back of it. So it's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Middle, with a high roof.
High roof, perfect. Yeah. And probably still can get into parkings around busy areas.
Yeah, if it's in a normal parking spot, just with a lot of practice. So you'll notice a few dings in the back of it. You forget about the tree line at the top.
Right.
Because you might be reversing back and you've got your camera so you can get into the spot easy enough to forget what's above you.
And is it manual auto?
Sports auto, so it's kind of a bit of both.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can drive it in sports auto. There's no clutch or anything. Or if you want to manually change gears, you can do that too.
Yeah, well, let's give us a tour.
Yeah, come on in. So everything in here is really easy to use because, like I said, it's not very fancy.
Yep.
So the water's all operated by foot pump.
Awesome.
And then the water's kept in just these normal little tanks.
So how many litres of that do you
About
know?
10 litres.
10 litres of fresh and 10 litres of grey.
Yeah, that's right. So you have to fill up pretty often.
Yep.
But about 1 tank will last me a week.
Yeah, cool. All right. What else have we got?
So the cooktop is currently outside, but it's just one of those butane burner stoves.
Yep.
So I got a little extractor fan above the kitchen that you can turn on. It's just solar, so when you're cooking inside, the steam's going to go out there. And then, the rest of the kitchen is just pretty basic. I've just got bread boxes from Kmart. They're not even stuck down. They're just, I've just got all my condiments and spices and stuff up in here.
Yep. Looking at your cups there, are they just hooks that they stay fine? The cups don't fall off or anything like that?
This is IKEA from my house. So all of this stuff was just in my kitchen in the apartment. I've just moved it into the van instead. But the real, solid food, I just keep in the bottom drawer.
In the bottom drawer, yeah. So when you said it was flat packed, is that flat packed from where?
This was from Bunnings. The kitchen was from Bunnings.
Okay, so straight from Bunnings, you didn't have to cut or modify anything?
The tabletop, the piece of wood on the table we got cut, but it's just the same from Bunnings.
Right.
Things just from Gumtree.
Yeah.
I used to have the bench seat here come all the way along.
Okay.
So I've ripped half of it out. But I've got a closet and everything now and it just feels bigger. It's got Reflectix underneath the boards and earth wall as well. I probably wouldn't suggest that to people that are running electrics and stuff. But because I don't have any electric running here, I don't really have a fire worry.
Yeah. You said you've got a battery that powers all your electricity?
Yeah. This is also from Gumtree.
So what does that power?
So it's powering the fridge down here. Well, not right now because I just unplugged it. But the LED strip lights around the top.
Okay.
Phones, laptops, and Wi-Fi.
How does it charge?
It's all solar at the moment. So I've got 120 watts on the roof that runs down into a DC outlet that connects to this. And it's been fine. I haven't run out of power once since I bought it. I'm not using a lot of power. So the only thing you can't really do on it is the AC outlets don't really do much. Couldn't put
Yeah.
and stuff like that. This is the bedroom up here. And these are just like I said, I've tried, it's pretty much a budget van that just looks a little bit more expensive than it is. Because this is all just Kmart boxes hooked to the wall. TV holder for the laptop so I can watch Netflix in bed.
Yep.
But I do study here as well, so I'll watch my lectures on there and have my school books here. That's the library behind you. And it's good. And then under the bed we've got the garage.
It's a very nice, well, thanks a lot for showing us your beautiful home.
Worries.
Congratulations on the conversion. It's just a great job.
Second van, DIY ProMaster by Acts of Adventure. This van runs 100% on solar, has a full shower setup, and zero propane. Just clean, efficient energy powering everything from their kitchen to their off-grid lifestyle. Make sure to check out Acts of Adventure for more inspiring DIY builds like this one. Now, let's step inside their self-sustaining masterpiece.
Hey, we're Alex and Connor from Acts of Adventure, and today we're going to show you around our van.
Our van is a 2017 Ram ProMaster 2500. It's the 159 non-extended wheelbase bench area in our first main workspace. We designed this bench area so that two people can sit side by side. We can enjoy a meal together, we can play games, but also it's a great big space for us to have a laptop, hard drives, everything else we need to do work from as well. Underneath our bench, we have two sliding doors that have tons of storage for all of our camera gear. Another thing that we built into the front of the bench area is a 10 outlet extension cord from the inverter in the back, so we can charge camera batteries, laptops right here in our workspace. Next, our second workspace is actually our passenger seat. The seat swivels around and we have another Lagoon table mount where we can put a small table for the seat. So right here at our doorway, we have our dual zone LED light dimmer switch. It's great because we have 5 lights in the front area and 4 over our bed, and we can control them independently.
Go into our wet bath area, and the first feature is this Nautilus retractable self-cleaning door, which we've really liked a lot. We installed the MaxxAir fan right in front of our shower, and since it's centrally located in the van, we get a really nice cross breeze from all 3 of our windows. Since our color scheme in the van is black and white, we just went with a matte black shower head. And we also put this soap dispenser in here, and it's held up with glue. And it's nice because we don't have to have any like shampoo or soap bottles lying around in the shower. We have a 4-gallon Bosch hot water tank, which is enough water for us each to take 5-minute showers. We have a Nature's Head composting toilet, and we have to change the solids about every 3 weeks and the liquids about every 2 days. It's honestly a bit of a pain to change them that often, but we're super thankful that we have a toilet in our van because we use it a lot.
We have our kitchen area. We spend a lot of time here because we do like to cook our meals all from scratch. So our kitchen has everything crammed into a pretty tiny little space, but it definitely gets the job done. First off, we've got a 2-burner Radiant electric stovetop. Like I mentioned earlier, the whole van is run off of solar power, batteries, and electrical. So this is a 120 volt appliance. It plugs into our inverter, which is a 2000 watt inverter. And unfortunately, that's a little bit too small for this appliance to run both cooktops at the same time. So right now, we're limited to cooking on one at a time. We're going to upgrade to a 3000 watt inverter so we can run both of these cooktops. Right in front of our stovetop in our sliding door, we have a awning style window. Our next kitchen appliance directly under the stove is our fridge. It's a truck fridge TF130, pretty much the biggest that we could find. It's a regular opening door style fridge, not a chest fridge, and it's huge. Our only qualm with it is probably that the freezer is pretty small. It's barely big enough to fit a pint of ice cream if you like smush the pint, and we can fit just maybe 2 or 3 other things in the freezer. Other than that, we love it. Turned out beautifully, we love it. And what we did is cut out a sink that's more of a farmhouse style. It's actually a countertop sink, but we sunk it underneath. Now, we really like how this looks, but it's a very shallow sink, especially as your main kitchen sink. It's a little bit too small. It gets dirty really easily. It's white matte stone, so it seems a little bit more porous than like metal, for example. Above our sink, we wanted a residential size faucet, which is helpful for having such a small sink that this is up so high. Next to our main faucet, we have a smaller water filter faucet that goes through a 3-stage water filtration system. Overhead in the kitchen, we have another cabinet, just one big cabinet, and it's recessed further in than our other cabinets so that you don't hit your head when you're right in the kitchen. Coming to you from our toilet seat, gonna talk about all these monitors and switches that we've got right here. So up top is our battery monitor, followed by the solar charge controller, our hot water heater switch, This little guy right here is the Wii Boost, followed by the inverter and the water pump. So everything we need is right here on this panel.
As you can probably tell, it's not the easiest to get in and out of, and that's because we had to put the bed frame 36 inches high in order to fit our mountain bikes underneath the bed. We installed 2 C.R. Lawrence awning style windows at the foot and the head of our bed. This makes it less claustrophobic back here, and it also gives us a cross breeze, which is really nice when we sleep. We have a 6-inch full-size foam mattress, and to make it fit all the way against the back doors, we had to cut off the back 2 corners. We splurged on our bedding, and we actually got 100% pure linen bedding from Primary Goods, and we have loved it.
We basically designed the whole van around our mountain bikes. Like we talked about, our bed is 36 inches high, and that was because we needed to fit these mountain bikes. They also take up nearly half of the whole garage. Those 4 solar panels and our Max Air fan all fit on our roof. What we did is design a custom Unistrut roof rack ourselves. If you have any questions about our van build, please leave us a comment below. We'd be happy to answer anything. Also, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for all of our upcoming videos about van life, filmmaking, and travel. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at Acts of Adventure. Thanks for watching. See ya.
See ya.
Third van, Custom Convoy by GeoTrek Vans. This build showcases a split galley layout that perfectly balances open space, functionality, and modern comfort. It's built to handle everything. Go check out GeoTrek Vans for more incredible layouts and ideas. Now, let's explore the Convoy.
How's it going, everybody? Trevor here with GeoTrek, and today we're going to check out this sweet new Custom Convoy that's pulling out of the shop today. So the first thing you'll notice about the Convoy is the split galley. We're going to have the sink over here on the driver's side of the van, and then our lagoon table can kind of act as an extension for the countertop as well when nobody's sitting in the bench. And then on the passenger side of the van, we're going to have some more counter space. This customer chose to go with the 2-burner inset stove right here in the counter. So that's the biggest difference about the Convoy, is you're gonna have this bench seat right here behind the driver's seat. A lot of people that go with the Convoy are gonna swap this standard bench out with a double folding jump seat. If you have kiddos traveling with you, that folding jump seat's gonna have 2 car seat hookups and 2 seat belts, so extra passengers have a nice safe spot to sit in the van. But a nice part about it is this is right where your toilet will go. So your toilet fits right in there. We have this contour down here so you can leave it in there when you need to use the toilet, so you don't have to pull it out every time. And then a couple of the aesthetic choices this customer chose to go with. They went with our sage cabinet color, which looks great with this Moonrock 2Tech2 flooring. This also can turn into a nice little dining area for 2 people. Somebody sitting in the bench, somebody sitting in the driver's seat. Working with this customer, we decided to go with a chassis that already has the swivel seats from Mercedes installed. This van's got a lot of nice bells and whistles. It's got the digital rearview mirror, 360 parking sensors, and parking package. And this one has the Comfort Plus package, so it's got all electric seat controls, which is really nice if you have multiple drivers using the van, or if you're just like somebody that likes to make different seat adjustments while you're driving the van. It can be pretty handy for that. So in the upper cabinets here, in classic fashion, we've got our open space here where you've got a pass through if you need to store larger items. And then this is a new standard feature for us. It's going to be just an extra GFCI outlet up there. You'll notice we got these sweet new black Max Air fans. Same Max Air fan Deluxe that we've used in the past. This one's just black, so it matches the rest of the hardware in the van. So with the Convoy, your fridge is gonna be located right here by the sliding door. So when you're hanging outside, it's very simple to come up here, grab a refreshment of your choice from inside. And then right next to that, we're gonna have our fold down happy hour table, so you can set your refreshment on. So a couple other things that separate the Convoy layout from our Albatross layout is you'll have 2 drawers. So one right here over the fridge, just like you do in the Albatross. But then you're gonna have a second drawer back here by the bed, which would fit your single burner induction stove. So if you decided not to go with the 2-burner inset into the countertop, you could have a single burner that stows away in its own designated drawer over here. Since they've got the 2-burner, this is just extra storage space right here. Similar to the Albatross, the Convoy is also going to have the same deep sink. This customer chose to go with the Sage sink cover as an add-on there, just to cover up the sink if you got any dirty dishes. Keeps it a lot cleaner and neater looking in here. But same deep sink right here. This can still pop out the sliding window right here if you wanted to use it as an outdoor shower as well, This customer chose to add on our hot water heater and the outdoor shower, so she's already got that taken care of. So underneath the sink here, we've got a couple upgrades. We've got our 5-gallon gray water tank option. This is going to allow you to have a bypass that can just dump below the van, or you can hook up to the gray tank itself to hold on to that water. We've also got our inline water filter. So this is going to filter all the water that's coming out of your sink faucet here. So if you wanted to drink that water, it's doable. In the Convoy, we're gonna have an east-west sleeping space. This customer chose to go with one driver's side flare, which is gonna get us to 6'2" east-west sleeping space. So plenty of room for me. I'm about 5'11" on a good day. Back here, we've got our rear upper cubby, which is great for, you know, storing your phone or just loose items before you go to bed at night. So just like in the Albatross, we're gonna have our 2 reading lights on the passenger side of the van here. Underneath both of these, they're gonna have some USB-Cs so you can charge your devices in bed before you go to sleep at night. And these are dimmable as well. So a lot of times I find myself pointing them at the ceiling, kind of dimming them down. And at night, that kind of becomes my night light around the cabin. It's just enough light to see about the cabin, but not enough light so everybody outside the van can see me inside the van. So this customer wanted to make this van all season capable. So behind the walls, we're gonna have our lizard skin thermal barrier, as well as our standard 3M thinsulate. And then in the back, we've got the Nomadic X2 AC unit. That's gonna be hooked up to our 10 kilowatt hour power system. And then we've also got the S-Bar diesel heater that's tapped into the van's fuel tank. Everything runs off electrical. It can be totally off-grid usable as well. So just like the Albatross, the Convoy is going to have a very open garage space back here. On the passenger side of the van, we're gonna have all of our electrical components. And then on the driver's side of the van, we're gonna have all of the water components. And then she's also got the outdoor shower as well as the water heater up there. Thank you guys for watching this video of the walkthrough of our Convoy layout. If you like these kind of videos and want to see what we have coming out in the future, make sure to subscribe down below. Stay in touch with what we got going on. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly at geotruckvans.com.
3 vans, 3 totally different paths to freedom, from budget brilliance to DIY innovation to professional perfection. Each one proves there's no single way to do van life right. So which one fits your style? Drop a comment with your favorite build, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe, because we've got more incredible van tours coming your way soon.